Welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another malicious compliance Reddit video. In our first story, hello, is it me you're waiting for? Let's jump right in. Alright, so like many of my other stories, this happened when I was working as a supervisor for a major cable internet provider. For this particular story, I was working the 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. shift, somewhere around 10 p.m. This is relevant to the story, mostly because at that time of the day, we've got an absolute skeleton crew as nothing much is going on. There's me, one other supervisor, maybe a dozen customer service agents. There is absolutely nobody else customer facing in the building. There might be a janitor or something around, I don't remember. As the senior supervisor, I'm in charge for the night. If something super important comes up, it'll be dealt with by someone higher than me in the morning. And there's an emergency number for the building exploding or something. That kind of thing rarely happens. Okay, that's the relevant backstory. Here we go. I have a gentleman transferred to me that asked to speak to a supervisor because we wouldn't install cable at his house until he paid the balance he had not paid on his previous account at a different address some months back. He wasn't currently a customer of ours. He owed us money before we'd let him be a customer again, and he was one of the biggest jerks I've ever talked to. All in all, this means I've got a lot of leeway to work with, as keeping happy a non-customer that's actively trying to not give us money was not one of our higher priorities. So we don't need all the back and forth here. The first half of this was basically him trying to not pay us, me saying he needed to. Polite on my end, not remotely polite on his. He eventually asked to speak to my manager, and now we get to the fun part that I'll give you as best as I remember. Listen, let me talk to your manager. I'm not happy with your attitude right now. To this point, I've given him zero attitude. I just given him answers he didn't like, but politely and professionally. He's been fighting for a position in my top 5 rudest customers already. If you'd like to speak to someone else, I can certainly get you someone, but my manager isn't available right now. No, don't give me that. I want him right now. Do you understand me? I'm sorry, but I mean he worked the morning shift today. He's literally not in the building and won't be until 9 tomorrow morning. Would you like him to call you back tomorrow? Remember, as I said at the start, it's 10 p.m. right now. No! I don't want him to call me back. Okay, fine. Shut up and listen really carefully. You're at one of those big call centers, right? I want to talk to the highest ranking person in the building. You got that? Well, sir, currently the highest ranking person in the building is talking to an upset person on the phone. Were you reading the preamble? Do you see where this is going? Technically the truth. Then here's what we're going to do. I'm going to wait right here with you until they're off the phone, and then I'm going to talk to them. You understand? I'm not waiting for someone to call me. I'm not waiting on hold. You're staying right here and don't talk to me until that call is over. Are we clear? Do you think you can handle that? Totally clear, sir. I'll be right here being quiet. Feel free to check on me anytime. So 99% of my job involves being on my PC, mostly helping the agents through in-house instant messaging programs. I do that for roughly an hour while this guy barks at me now and then to make sure I'm still there. I tell him that I am. He grumbles, I wait. This continues until, okay, I'm not waiting on this phone any longer. The second that person is off the phone, you have them call me at this number, okay? Immediately. I don't care what time it is. No problem at all. I'll make sure that happens. So, he hangs up, and me doing my job exactly as he asked, while being the highest ranking person in the building, I call him right back, as fast as I can dial the number. He of course is first confused, then really upset, as I explain that he got exactly what he asked for. Why didn't you tell me that? You didn't ask. You told me to shut up, to listen really carefully, and to do exactly as you said while I was trying to help you myself, trying to get you someone else, trying to do my job in any way I could. I followed your instructions to the letter as you demanded. Now, was there anything I could do for you? Profanity ensues. He hung up, Another customer who I was happy to comply with. Story number 2. Exactly 1 pound, you say? Sure. I'm a part-time home baker. I took it up while I'm studying from home during the pandemic, and it's basically a fundraiser for my charity since I can't do my monthly fundraising bake sales on campus anymore. I also seem to be the only person selling baked goods in my entire area, so my items are very popular. Specifically, this one particular type of cake I make that people absolutely love. The other day, a lady called me and wanted to place an order for 1 pound of this particular cake. The cake was a tart cake. It's layers of shortbread cookie and chocolate ganache. She said she had tried it at a friend's house and loved it and wanted it for her niece's birthday. I told her that I used the metric measurements. I have 2 standard sizes for my cakes, which are 500 grams and 1 kilogram, because we use the metric system. Because of the American influence, though, people have become used to cakes being either 1 pound, which equals 454 grams, or 2 pounds in weight, but don't often know the difference between the two. They just assume that 1 pound equals half a kilogram and 2 pounds equals 1 kilogram. She said she wanted a 1 pound cake. I dropped it because it was more or less the same thing. Today I learned America doesn't sell cakes by weight, lol. It's the standard practice over here that the rates are fixed by weight. Also, the cake in question here was not a traditional cake, so there was no way she wanted a pound cake. Important for later, when I had made the cake for her friend, I had run out of my 1 pound cake bases, so I had used 2 pound cake base. In my opinion, this made the cake look smaller, but it's possible that someone else might think that the cake was bigger. Here's an edit to clear up some confusion. Cake base is the cardboard on top of which you put the cake. I use 2 sizes, a 9-inch diameter base for my small cakes, 500 grams, and a 12-inch diameter base for the big cakes, 1 kilogram. When the lady's friend ordered, I had run out of the smaller base, so I used the 12-inch base for the 500-gram cake. After I took the order and quoted the price to her, she started giving me more instructions. The birthday girl is 16, so decorate it according to a 16-year-old girl. I know, super vague. Add XYZ stuff to it, write 4 different things on the cake. I explained to her that all this is not included in the base price, and the kind of topping she wanted would make it a lot heavier and pricier. She said make it a 1 pound cake for the 1 pound cake price. Okay, I get the hint. You want a 1 pound cake with those specific customizations. So I made it just that, removed some of the ganache, made thinner layers so I could incorporate her additions and still keep it at exactly 454 grams, no more, no less. The lady came to pick it up and she went ballistic because I was trying to rob her in the name of charity, and the cake I made was in no way 1 pound because her friend's cake was bigger. I tried explaining to her why her friend's cake might have looked bigger and that this cake was exactly 1 pound as she wanted. She refused to listen and was starting to create a huge scene. She said she wanted a refund. So I brought my weighing scale out and weighed the cake out in front of her. 454 grams exactly. The lady saw and went, "Aha! I was right. You are trying to cheat me. It's 50 grams less." I said, "No, it's exactly 1 pound, like you wanted." I opened up Google Converter and showed her that 1 pound is in fact 454 grams, not 500. I opened WhatsApp and showed her the message where I told her I make 500 gram standard cakes, and she said she doesn't care. She wants 1 pound. She was a bit gobsmacked and said I should have had some professional courtesy and made it 500 grams, and I am trying to cheat her. I had it with her. I told her, "Ma'am, you wanted exactly a 1 pound cake. You said it to me like 4 times. So you can take this exactly 1 pound cake, or you can take your refund and leave. I can find other people who would want to buy a 1 pound cake." She took her 1 pound cake and left, saying she will never buy anything from me again and make sure to let others know too. Later, her niece followed my page on Instagram and dropped me a message apologizing for her aunt. said it was the best cake she had ever had and she will surely tell everyone about my bakery. This is John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.